Now, we all know the Sultan of Brunei is one of the wildest collectors in car history. Now, this guy had thousands and thousands of cars, hundreds and hundreds of Mercedes specifically, in unair-conditioned buildings in Brunei where it was very, very humid, and they unfortunately molded. A lot of them were beyond repair. But this is one of the cars that made it out of Brunei and made it to the United Kingdom at some point in its life and was saved from rotting. And it actually came to us in pristine condition, unlike the SLK36 that you guys might have seen on the channel that came to us in a very terrible condition. Many, many years of mold were on that car. But luckily this one came in mint condition. As you can see, it's a right-hand drive, just like most of the cars from Brunei, if not all of them. And it was built specifically for the Sultan of Brunei and the royal family. Sultan of Brunei was known for putting huge engines and all types of chassis, specifically the 7.3 liter M120, which was the biggest displacement that the M120 ever produced from AMG. Now, RennTech and other companies have went 7.4, and they're even taking it to 7.6 now in the later years, in the modern years. But back in the heyday, in the 90s, the 7.3 was just insane. It was so crazy that it even made its way into the Pagani Zonda. Yes, the crazy Pagani Zonda from the 1990s, one of the most legendary race cars from the 1990s that still to this day is iconic. So that engine had the AMG tuned 7.3 liter M120. And you couldn't just go to AMG and just have this ordered. This is something that you have to be a special person to get. Not just anyone could call in and make these type of demands. It doesn't matter how much money you had, because they would have to literally make parts, create parts to create this engine just for you. So we believe that the Sultan of Brunei helped a lot of AMG innovations in the 90s and helped them do a lot of things they wouldn't have otherwise done themselves as a conventional tuner. But they did a lot of wild stuff experimenting with the Sultan of Brunei's collection. So that's why you see a lot of different builds in this collection and a lot of things you would never see anywhere else, because they were just trying different things and see what stuck. And then you would see some of the things they did for him go into production, like different wood trims and different motors and things like that. So it was cool to have these super elite royals that would make these for sure orders from the company to guarantee a certain amount of production. So then you as a tuner could use those funds to further your research and your development on these parts for AMG itself. So an incredible contribution the Sultan of Brunei did to the car world, not just to AMG, to many, many different tuners. A lot of different companies like Range Rover, Rolls-Royce would all make bespoke versions solely for the Sultan of Brunei. We are going to be doing a deep dive on the Sultan of Brunei himself, a documentary on the man behind all these crazy builds. But for now, let's take a deep dive into the SL73 right-hand drive from the UK. This R129 that made it, never rotted. It made it, it was saved, and it's here now with very low miles. So we're gonna park it up and take a deeper and closer look at what it looked like to be the elite and the top of the top in the 1990s with AMG. Now, if I pulled up on you in this R129, you would think it's another regular day, nothing crazy going on. Maybe just the right-hand drive looks a little special. But other than that, body kit is all stock, front, side, and back. So nothing crazy other than the OZ wheels. That's what's weird and intriguing about this build right here. This was one of the many SL73s and different very special engines made and built for the Sultan of Brunei's family. And it was put into this car right here, the R129. Of course, very familiar to the channel. You guys know it. You guys seen it in every variation, but you've never seen it in a 7.3 like this. So this right here was specially built for the royal family of Brunei in 1997, and it's made in this 040 beautiful paint. Of course, we always speak about the black and the presence of black cars. Well, here it is in an ominous 040 paint. It has UK plates because the car actually made its way out of Brunei. It was saved, it never rotted, and it made its way to the UK, where it was with its last owner before it made its way to Boca Raton, its final resting place. So we're gonna start, like I said, the front bumper, stock front bumper right here. But we noticed we have some sensors. This is 1997, so this is Gen 2 right here, and we have the sensors for parking, which we didn't have in any of the earlier models in the R129. Coming around the side, we see the OZ Aero 3s. We've seen them on the channel many times. We know these legendary wheels from being on 500 SL60s and other builds, but they look great on this stock looking R129, and is of course a giveaway, a hint to what's more to come under the hood. So let's pop this hood right now and see what it looks like to be the top dog in 1997. So many have tried to duplicate this engine, but this is an authentic 7.3 M120. You see right here the spine, which is made out of carbon fiber. It is perfectly aged. You see some cracks in it, you see some yellowing, but this is original. This is number 52 of the 7.3 liter engine made for the Sultan of Brunei's family. Incredible power, incredible displacement from this motor. It was actually featured in the Pagani Zonda, which is a iconic, legendary supercar, one of the first supercars from the 1990s, and is still to this day a sought-after vehicle by a lot of huge collectors. And it's of course powered by the crazy, insane M120 by Mercedes, one of the greatest engines ever produced by Mercedes, in my opinion, and then taken to the next level by tuners like AMG, Brabus, and RennTech. But today we're focusing on the legendary AMG builders. Like we said earlier, right-hand drive build, right? There's not many right-hand drives that are R129s in the collection. This is one of the few right-hand drive R129s, but why not be one of the most special ones, the 7.3 liter. Coming to the side right here, we notice regular cladding on the side. You can tell by the venting, this is a Gen 2, but it's still not a sport kit, nothing. This is a stock kit, not even the sport kit from 1997. This is a stock kit. So stock side skirts right there. Of course, the deeper dish on the back of the OZ Aero 3s. And then we come to the rear where we see the most special part of this whole build is the SL73 logo, which you would never see on any car. This emblem right here is super legendary. If you're ever at a light and you see something like this in front of you, you better hop out and go see who's in that front seat, because it's not gonna be no regular dude. Coming right here to the bottom, we see the AMG exhaust, which is great. You need that with the engine to give it that good note that it deserves. So at least they did that for him. But for some reason, he wanted everything stock. You have a stock back bumper right here. Once again, very normal, not AMG. We do see the sensors, which is great. Another fascinating part about this car right here, guys, when you go online and you decode the VIN, you actually see that the car was ordered in Brunei. So it says order location Brunei, and it says the car was built in August of 1997 and delivered in December of 1997. Another thing that people don't notice about these later models of the R129 is the roof line. When the roof line is round like this, okay, that means it's a Gen 2, and that's how you know also it's a panoramic roof, because they never had that squared off look that the Gen 1 has. Beautiful hardtop on this car, gives it a very nice touch, especially when you're inside of it. Our SL74 RennTech also has it, and another few models in the collection also have the panoramic roof. If you don't have one and you have an R129, you can definitely take your car to the next level with the panoramic roof. But let's hop in to the right-hand drive right here and see what else we got going on. Anything special in the interior? Everything's very stock in the interior, nothing crazy. We don't even have an AMG cluster in here. The only crazy special part about the interior is, of course, the right-hand drive positioning right here. Really cool. This is another cool feature that I never seen yet in the R129. This cubby is right here. Boom. This is a real right-hand drive car. This is all reconfigured. Usually this button would be on the other side. So pretty cool. That's the tour of the SL73, guys. One kingdom to the next. We're in the kingdom of Boca Raton, but of course, it's from the kingdom of Brunei.